DSP, welcome to CNN News 18. And how are you, DSP?
I'm great, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thanks a lot. Thanks to everyone on this occasion for the enormous amount of love you've been giving me, and to me and my music always. Thank you all.
Thank you, DSP. DSP, you're back again, this time dancing to your own tunes with your new song that's titled Oh Pari.
Yes, sir.
The song is, of course, your new single.
Yes,
and we
sir.
can clearly see your stamp in some of the lyrics. So please tell us more about the song and the idea behind it.
Okay, sir. So I'm glad that you're also liking the lyrics, because sometimes what we do is when we make a song, we either make it very poetic with very intellectual lyrics and all that. I like that also. And at the same time, I love the lyrics to be very, very childish and kiddish, where even kids can like sing. So this song, basic idea was I just picked up my guitar sometime and I just started strumming, and I wanted to describe a love story, or anybody is singing to anybody, like with all the words that's like around us, like O Pari tu hai aankhon teri, twinkle twinkle star, O Pari baatein teri, 5-star chocolate bar. It should be as simple as that. Karke I just put an order and I just made a very breezy song. So yet it should deliver what you want to say. Karke.
You just said it has a love story in it. So
yes, sir.
Is this song meant for someone special in your life?
Not really, sir, but I think this song should connect to everyone to sing for their special ones is the idea, sir.
I was listening to the song. There's a line in the song which says, "Oh Pari Zulfe Teri, Ringa Ringa Rose." You also had another super hit song called Ringa Ringa that
yes,
was featured in Salman Khan Stara Reddy as Dhinka Chikka.
Dhinka Chikka, yes,
what inspired these lyrics, Ringa Ringa, for this song?
Okay, actually, when I made the Ringa Ringa, then which became Dhinka Chikka, the same things. Whenever I make a song, I feel that the kid should pick it up. A song becomes a blockbuster only when the kids love it. Because I used to, as a kid, I used to love songs like mad and used to dance. So that's why even if you take my item songs or something, I don't let the lyricists to go beyond, it should be like singable by everybody. So I take that as a responsibility. And I always sing my songs over the dining table to my mother and my sister whenever I make a new song. So that feeling itself like tells me like what I can put in the song and what I cannot put in a song. So even when I do songs like this, the basic attitude is that the kid should catch it. And O Pari Zulfen Teri Ringa Ringa Rose, like generally, when girls have the curly hair or the wavy hair, that's described as one of the like poetically beautiful things, right? So it was just a fun factor that I came out with. And when I penned down, I was penning down like Tamil and Telugu lyrics, I penned down. So then I sat with Rakib Alambai, who's the Srivalli fame, who wrote Teri Jhalak Ashrafi. So then I told him the whole idea, like, this is the thing what I wrote. So I want the exact idea to be written, and then but in a the proper Hindi way. So then he's also a brilliant singer, and so he gave me the proper flavor of that. Then I started working in all the other languages. So that's how I made this up.
So then please give us a few lines of this song, both the Hindi version and the Tamil version.
Okay, so because the thing is, I always feel that a song, when it is written and when it's also conceived the way it has to be, and when it's also directed and shot the way you imagine in your head, then it becomes a full package, right? So, but when we compose for films, like we imagine, and generally when a musician does, we imagine a lot of things. So since this is my song and I also directed and choreographed this video.
Yeah.
So it was like, so the liberty, and the only difference is that I can imagine the visuals as and when I'm writing the lyrics, and when I'm making it multilingual, right? So I can even fix then and there, like, okay, which will go with which language, and then I can plan this shot. So that way, it was fun making this song. For example, in Telugu, it goes like O Pilla. In Hindi is O Pari. In Tamil, it's O Penne. In Kannada, it's O Pori. And in Malayalam, again, it's O Penne. But it's a different penne with the pronunciation. So it's fun. And I think it's the first of its kind of like when a proper pan-Indian pop song is attempted. That's why I've named it as hashtag PIP, pan-Indian pop. So that more people can come into making of this. So in Telugu, it goes like, O Pilla, Nikanule, Twinkle, Twinkle Stars. O Pilla, Nimatale, 5-star chocolate bars. In Tamil, it goes like, Openne, Unkannuda, Twinkle, Twinkle Stars. Openne, Unpechida, 5-star chocolate bar. So like that. And in Kannada it goes and Inde Kanne, something like that.
And Hindi?
And Hindi it is O Pari aankhein teri twinkle twinkle star, O Pari baatein teri 5-star chocolate bar, O Pari yaadein teri ek do tino chaar, O Pari yaada teri a brand new foreign car.
Oh, nice. DSP, your name.
So you have to see my t-shirt as well.
Oh, cool. Nice. But
Yes.
you know, DSP, your name has always been synonymous with film music.
So
But what is it like that you like the most about independent music scene in India today?
oh, this is a very good question, sir. That's why I named it Pan India Pop, because not now, sir. I've been planning this for a few years, even much before. No, the Pan Indian films were evolving and all that. Like to do something like this, because I think huge credit I should give this to the king of pop, Michael Jackson, who united people through music. But in India, what happens, sir? Generally, generally in all over the world, music has no language. But where the language comes is when we put in lyrics. So whatever tune you make, once you put in the lyrics, then it becomes restricted to a particular zone, right? If you put the Telugu words, it goes to the Andhra and Telangana, something like that. If you put Tamil, it goes to Tamil Nadu. Put Kannada, it goes. Then if put Hindi, it goes. So like that. So North India, South India, all that. So as long as you don't put in the words, music is universal. So my idea is to, the more span an artist or a technician or a creator gets, the more people will know his work. And making it in different languages, because in India so many languages exist. But abroad, if you make a song and if it's a hit, then one song is enough for a lifetime sometimes, you're right? So here, I want even other artists to get into this habit of making a song in different languages, so it reaches to like how the films are reaching now. Like the music should reach, so that an idea it should cross borders. Is what I'm thinking, sir.
What do you think about this language war? There are artists who says we don't know Hindi. There are like that. There have been times where we always see this North versus South divide when it comes to language. What's your take on that?
So I think when things like that happen, I think it's more of a personal perspective is what I think, sir. But it's not a general perspective, sir, is what I feel. Because see, the way this song today we launched in Bombay, the Hindi, and I should first of all personally thank, dearest Ranveer Singh, the fireball of energy, the way he came and launched, and all Hindi people, the way they received the North Indians. So, and even the way they are receiving the films nowadays, like Pushpa, RRR, KGF, Bahubali, everything. So, and this similarly, Hindi movies have always been big in South, and we grew up watching Hindi films. That's how I'm so acquainted with Hindi music and lyrics and song and the movies. So, I don't think for the general people there is no war, sir. Maybe like here and there it's all personal perspective is what I think. Otherwise, people only love the form of art. Only the art form is loved, and I don't think anybody is restricted with the language at all. It is a very superficial layer that we are kind of assuming, or sometimes, yeah, that's what I feel, sir.
Sure, no, definitely.
Because the way North is, if you want to say North and South, the way North people are even extending their love towards me and receiving me with open arms, I have to be grateful to them. Similarly, like now, even when they promoted Brahmastra and all that, and Ranbir Kapoor and all travel, they were like mad, to go. And so I think people don't care about language. They only love people. People love people. People love art. And when you make something beautiful, I think it's appreciated all over the world, sir.
Talking about creating something beautiful. Your song, Srivalli, can I think easily be called as the song of the year. This is a song, of course, from the film Pushpa the Rise. How much into the making of Srivalli you knew that you were creating something special? And what type of offers started coming post the Srivalli success?
So there are like 2-3 main things that I should say. First of all, my huge gratitude and thanks and love to my director, Sukumar sir, and my brother, Allu Arjun, the icon star, and my producers, my 3 movies. So we all have been like a huge team. Now we did a lot of films together. So this Pushpa is something that crossed boundaries and took all of us to, another notch higher. So generally, Sukumar sir and I have a record of a lot of blockbusters and movies, and more than blockbusters, great body of work. is what we believe in. And similarly, Allu Arjun and I have again combinations of great body of work. And when Sukumar sir came up with this and told me the situation, I really love this situation. And you won't even believe it, it just took exactly 4.5 minutes to create this song. Because I have the very, very, very first recording, which I recently also played at All About Music at all in my talk show. So sometimes magic just happens like that, but I always give the credit to the director who makes the story and narrates to me, because music for films is always drawn from the subject that you hear, sir. So there was magic in the situation itself, and also thanks to my original Telugu lyric writer Chandra Bose sir, who came out with the word Chupe Bangarmaina. Then I wanted to put the girl's name, Srivalli was the name of the character in the film. I wanted to put that in a song. So I just sang and started strumming again. It just happened in about like 4.5 minutes. Like, so it just, sometimes it happens like that. And then song itself was loved as soon as it was released. Then Allu Arjun did that Stepwala thing, and that went viral and people were loving the melody. And I can never forget the conversation when Karan Johar sir texted me saying he loved all my Dinka Chika from that time, all songs. And I said, Pushpa is so is, and he said, we have to meet. Then we met, and he was like praising Srivalli, and he explained each and every musical note so beautifully, sang the melody. He said, the melody of this song will stay forever in Hindi music. I thought, from such a legend, getting such a compliment is a great thing. So.
I spoke to Javed Ali, and he told me how he wanted to use the word Sri Devi, and just, okay, let's go with it.
Yeah, in Malayalam, first they thought they'll use Sridevi, but then we said, no, because Srivalli is the name of the girl, we can't change. But sometimes what happens is some names are not popular in some regions, right? But then I said, no, but Srivalli is a cute name. In Telugu and Tamil, especially, Srivalli is a very popular name for goddess Parvati. So Valli is very popular in Tamil as well. Srivalli is very popular in Telugu. So I said, let's keep that name, because as a name doesn't matter. But finally we kept, even in Hindi, people are not, it's not a very regular name in Hindi as well. But I don't know, the sound, they just liked it. And even similarly, when I made Aunty Amlapuram, Amlapuram was the place where I was born. It's my mom's place.
Oh.
So when I was composing, essay manadala like A for apple, B for ball, like that. Ante amma, ante like hum Hindi mein na like a se amar, a se e se imli, like that. I thought ante amalapuram, ante I just put it and it became a huge hit. Then after that, even when Bhushan sir and all wanted to make that in Hindi, we tried to change that. Then Bhushan sir called and said, DSP, don't change ante amalapuram. But then I said, sir, but that doesn't mean anything to the people in North India or the Hindi people. He said, doesn't matter. Phonetically, it's sounding so good. Please don't change that here. There is some magic. I said, okay, TK, that's the place where I was born. If it is going all over India and the world, let it go. So it became a huge hit. So I think sometimes, sir, the sound actually does the magic. And that's very important not to change it. Yeah.
You give a few lines of Srivalli?
Yes, sir. I don't want to spoil Javed Ali sir's version, but still, because in Hindi, I wanted to keep it a very Sufi version, and Javed Ali sir, I think it took it.
What a voice he has.
So, तेरी झलक अशरफी श्रीवल्ली नामदक बर्फी तेरी झलक अशरफी श्रीवल्ली बातें करे दो हरफी.
Oh, nice. DSP, you are one of the most loved music composer today that India have.
Yes.
And I was doing research for this interview, and I came across some discussion on the internet that talks about the rivalry of S. Thaman and DSP. How would you like to react to that?
Absolutely, there is no rivalry, sir. In fact, we are very good friends. And in fact, Thaman's mother and sister, they love me a lot. Whenever I said, I have huge respect for them, and they love my music, they love me, and we are also very good friends. Whenever he makes something, I call him and say, darling, this is good. He calls me up and say, mutually, we're all great. But from outside, I think people just create all these things, which is not true, sir. But inside, everyone is busy with their own work. So sometimes we might meet or might not meet, but we're all like, we appreciate each other's work, and it's absolutely great, sir.
DSP, you have used sound of a blowing horn to dog barking in your songs. Is your mind programmed to pick any sound and convert it into a tune?
Sir, there are crazier things that I've done which are not yet released, sir. Like when I walk into a room, I kind of feel like making music with anything and everything, right? So once in one of my concerts, I love being on the stage and I dance a lot and I sing. Again, thanks to the one and only Michael Jackson, so I get inspired from him. So what I did was we were like planning a show and rehearsing and all. This was in New York, and during the rehearsals time, I was just walking around in the dancers' rehearsals place. So I saw these huge boxes of costumes. So suddenly I thought, okay, can you give me all these boxes? So we emptied all the costumes and took the boxes. And we went to the stage, created a rhythm, and we mic'd the boxes, the aluminum boxes, then the trolleys and everything. Only with that we created rhythms and some music, and people gave us a standing ovation, because I feel that music is everywhere, and
Sure.
and anything in the world can produce music. So as long as, because most of the songs I don't even carry an instrument, I just compose like that. Sometimes on the piano, sometimes on the guitar, sometimes I'm taking a shower. So as long as music is inside you, you are the instrument. You don't need another instrument. Is what I feel.
I really like your song from the film Ranka Sthalam,
That is.
in which a lot of people have called that album as your most offbeat album.
Yes, sir.
How often do you like to revisit or take that folk music route for your songs?
Yeah, I love that. Sir. Again, that was again directed by our dear Sukumar sir, the Pushpa director. So it was a huge dream of mine since childhood to do a film which has a folk. Though I did a lot of folk songs here and there. Generally in our films, there'll be a folk song, but then it is called as a mass song. Like even in a city film, I mean, like what I call, even in an urban film, we have a mass song, but that is different. But I wanted to do a film that was, like you said, set in a rural backdrop. Unless another it is set in a rural backdrop, we can't score the entire film like in a folk way, like a folkish kind of music. So, and growing up in Chennai and watching a lot of Ilayaraja sir's films, Bharati Raja sir's films, we all fall in love with folk music. So finally, my dream came true with Rangastalam, because the film was totally set in a rural backdrop in a village. So I wanted to do what all I wanted to do all these years. I put it in that, sir, and it was a great opportunity for me, and that went like viral then.
And finally, I have this last time you told me about your singing secrets. This time I have a segment called My First. It could be like one line answer, and I think you like it. So do you remember which was the first album that you fell in love with?
So it was definitely Michael Jackson's, because Michael Jackson was the first ever musician that I knew, like when I knew what, so as a kid. So I remember Bad. I can never forget Bad. But the song was existing and I was like listening to it and got hooked to it. Then I remember Dangerous, like when I was growing up itself. So I used to dance for all those songs in my school. Black or White. Black or White is one thing which I can never forget. From the day, I got hooked onto it.
Do you remember when you picked up a musical instrument for the first time?
It happened when I was very, very a small kid. Maybe in my second grade or third grade. So first, what I learned was started learning violin, and I started learning singing and violin. But then I met my guru, Maestro Mandolin U. Srinivas, who's a mandolin genius. Then I started learning mandolin and violin parallelly from him. So then totally I was in love with my guru, and then I totally became his disciple, his shishya, his devotee. I just dedicated myself to him.
Do you remember when you performed live for the first time?
All this started happening in school itself, so like participating in the competitions. But what I used to do is create my own songs, and then I started singing in the culturals, in the school culturals, and asking for a chance and squeezing my time in between, and like that. That was my first.
And finally, do you remember when you heard your song in public for the first time?
Oh, that's a lovely question, sir. When we were growing up, and then when I was still in school, I became part of an album. One of my songs was taken for that. And when I was coming back from school on cycle, I could hear that from an audio shop. So I stopped and again went back to listen to that song. And I was craving for that, the city where I grew, my song should be there. Then after that, when I became music, okay, then I keep hearing that every time. But now though, like when people are sending me videos from Paris and Ibiza festival and all Uvanta and all being played everywhere. And even when I made Daddy Mummy Ka original in Telugu, a long time back, Akale Sanamberta. It was played in all European clubs. So but still I get excited, like how I got excited as a kid was going to the school on my bicycle.
Always a pleasure talking to you, DSP. Thank you so much and best of luck.
Thank you so much, sir, and thank you for liking my and loving my Pari. Hope you all give me the same kind of love that you give to my film music.
Of course. Thank you so
And in
much.
fact, for this, we need more of your support because
Oh,
it's
we will. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank
sir.